Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Mr. Hardcore Mode, where nothing is easy. We are back with another hard rant. Sorry, it's been a while since I've been doing hard rants. There's a lot of games that I want to play, and I'm enjoying each and every one of them. Will I stop playing Lords of the Fallen? No, I will finish Lords of the Fallen before I even go to Lords of the Fallen 2. I think it's fair. I mean, I made it this far. I might as well go all the way. I'm just going to play it on my own. And it seems like not many people want me to finish. Not many people are excited for Metal Eden, so I'm gonna probably play Metal Eden on my own, and then I'll do pretty much a review on not only Lords of the Fallen, but I'll also do one for Metal Eden. So we're just gonna keep on going, playing games, and seeing how it goes. But besides the point, Warriors and Wenches, we're here with Vera Dark on a video with ProZD, melting down about, well, pretty much he's a voice actor, an Asian voice actor, and in the past he said that pretty much there needs to be diversity with characters in any sort of animation when it comes to voice acting for cartoons, or when it comes to voice acting for pretty much any sort of type of media, even with video games, where an Asian needs to play an Asian, or even with Southeastern or Middle Eastern Asians, it doesn't matter. He wants to make sure that the black person is playing the black person, the white person's playing the white person. That's how he would like it. He wants to pull that DEI agenda, and now, since he's in a project that doesn't do that, now all of a sudden people are pointing out the hypocrisy. And now he's melting down because people are pointing at exactly what he just said he was going to do, and he's not following with it. He's not following suit. Now, so let's go ahead and hear Vera Dark talk about this.
When you have millions of followers on social media, people are bound to remember.
By the way, I think if you're trying to fit perfect example, if you're doing Black Panther, an animated series with Black Panther, it makes sense that you would like somebody to be not be black, but to have the accent of African Americans. That makes sense. But I firmly believe, this is my belief, that you can play any character depending on what that sort of, whether or not you're voice acting for a video game or a film or an animation studio or something like that. I think it's fine. If that's not the focal point of realism, then why you could have a black person play as a white person in an anime? Why not? You're just voice acting. You're not being seen. It's just your voice that they need.
Remember the opinions that you've had in the past, and if you change those in the future, you have to expect to be called a hypocrite, because that is exactly what you are. And right now, ProZD is melting down on social media, running from Backlash that he himself created. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, when it comes to voice acting, I truly believe that anybody can voice any type of character. If you are black, if you are white, if you are Asian, if you are Indian, it does not matter, because if you can do a good job voicing a character, that's what should matter. It's very different from a live action adaptation where, yes, I do think you should not be casting a black Anne Boleyn. You should actually be casting based on the way that somebody looks, because you are actually seeing them in the project. But someone
perfect example would be The Last Kingdom. We're not talking about not only voice actors, but we're also talking about people within that area of it's definitely like Anglo-Saxon in nature. The Last Kingdom is definitely high in white people, white people, white people. It's just full-on Anglo-Saxon. The only time that they had black people in The Last Kingdom, there was Scotsmen, there was Christians, there was even Danes. The only time that they had black people was pirates. That makes sense. I like that authenticity.
Like ProZD in the past, who is a YouTuber and a voice actor, had pushed for DEI agendas in voice acting and said, to cast authentically means to hire actors who resemble or relate to the characters that they are playing, and that is a stance he held firm for years until 2023 when he was unhappy reaping what he sowed, and he was complaining that the industry was now segregating roles by race. Though, fast forward to 2025, he has been cast in an inappropriate role based on
Western voice actor Sungwon ProZD Cho, unhappy reaping what he sowed, complains the industry is now segregating roles by race. Well, I mean, that's what you signed up for, right? Here's another thing. I'm okay with an animated or a live action of One Piece if it was all just a Japanese cast. No, I'm serious. I am okay with Japan putting an all Japanese cast of different characters. And One Piece has a crazy diverse cast of different people. There are men in fucking girls' uniforms. There are men completely naked. There's fish people. There's dragon people. There's all sorts of people. But I like it when Japan really focuses it in. Another perfect example would be Rurouni Kenshin. Now that's more realistic, and I am completely okay with doing a live action, which they did. They did a live action of Rurouni Kenshin, and it's a complete Japanese cast. I'm okay with both of those things. Listen, One Piece is not real. I mean, okay, I know somebody in chat's gonna be One Piece is real, but no, I'm serious. What I'm trying to say is that there's different kind of people in One Piece, but I'm okay with the whole cast because One Piece came from Japan. It would make sense that, like, Japan doesn't really care too much about that whole thing. They just make what they want, and if they want to do a live adaptation, they'll put the whole cast as being Japanese. They even did that for a live action with Attack on Titan. It wasn't necessarily good, but the acting was pretty well done. You see what I'm saying? Where, as in with ProZD, he's advocating for segregated roles, and now he's upset that that he's not getting the job because, well, guess what? Some roles don't have Asians in them. You see, he's like, yo, man, I think they should be segregated. I think the Asians should play by Asians, and black people should play the black characters, and the white people will play the white characters. And then somebody came around and said, guess what? This is my show. This is my anime. This is my game. There are no Asians in it. And then this motherfucker realized, oh shit, I ain't got no job. That's what he's worried about. He's worried about fucking, opportunities when he's losing opportunities over his own bullshit.
On his ethnicity, and now
rules
he
for thee,
is
but not for me.
running scared from the backlash. So I'm going to read this 2023 article really quickly so you can really see his stance. But I got an audition for a prominent cartoon where I was just sent the Asian character. Looking through the rest, I told my agent, hey, I'm happy to read for this, but can I read for some of these others? To which I was told all of those characters are drawn as white, so no. To add extra insult to injury, the character I got sent was labeled Middle Eastern, Southeast, or Southeast Asian because, they're all the same, right? You can just lump them all into one. My agent told me that this is...
Yeah. Just like we lump all the white people together. Yeah. Just like we lumped all the black people together. What, you think there's just African? You think there's just African American? You don't want to think about Kenya, Nigerian, Egyptian... No, you're playing a black character. What? Exactly. That's exactly what they do. Not only to Asians, but they also lump that with white characters. There's Scotsmen, there's Irishmen, there's fucking New Zealanders, all these people. Like, this is your world. They brought you your world. You wanted, oh shit. Listen, give the Asians the Asian jobs. It wouldn't make sense if a white person was played as an Asian. And then they said, listen, you're gonna play the Asian. But what about these characters? Just the Asian, please. Hello?
Just how some major studios are doing things now. But of course, he ended with saying, oh, you don't want authentic casting? If your entire main cast is all white and you have one token side character who can apparently just be any type of Asian ever.
What did I say? What did I say? It's all about him losing opportunities. This has not what he said before with DEI agenda initiatives, where he just wants to be like, oh man, well, it makes sense if the age. See, I like how he went from communist to capitalist right off the bat. The communist part was like, put everybody in a box. If you're this, you have to remain with this. If you're this, you have to remain with this. And then they came out and said, listen, we just changed things for you. You're this, so we're gonna stick you with this. Well, I want to be this. I want to be a bot. You know, I want to be the white character, the black character. No, you can't, because we're doing the thing that you wanted. Congratulations, you played yourself. And now he's all like, oh, my opportunities, they're gone. See what I mean? He had the option to be a complete capitalist and be like, hey, more opportunities for voice actors if I can play whoever I want. And then he just realized, oh shit, this has nothing to do with him being Asian. All this has to do with him is him losing what's the word I'm looking for? Opportunities. That's it. He loses opportunities. He loses out on fame and money. That's it.
This is not a level playing field. So he was very clearly upset with the fact that he could not audition for certain roles, even though in the past he had advocated for voice actors being cast in roles they could technically play in the real world.
See, you just played a fucking raccoon. You played Ratatasker in God of War Ragnarok. Not many people can say this. You have a unique privilege that brings you into the forefront of many access media. You are well known. You have 4 million subscribers. You need to fucking tone it the fuck down and realize that you got a good thing going here. And then he comes back and he's just like, ah, shit. Oh, fuck. It's like I'm losing opportunities over my fucking dumb thinking. Well, yeah, of course you are.
But now that he's been hired to voice act a white man in Knights of Guinevere, he feels like he is untouchable. He's got 4 million subscribers, hundreds of thousands of followers over on X. He thinks that he can do no wrong, and well, everybody else disagrees. Every single post about Knights of Guinevere is being absolutely ratioed and raked across the coals for this decision. Hypocrites, why are there Asians playing white people? That's racist. Oh, it's that kind of show? Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, no. Just no.
Why are Asians playing white people? Kind of hypocritical. Not cool. That Asian guy is playing a non-Asian and non-lardass too. I'm offended. He is already
non-lardass. He said this. He said, you should play something that's literally you. I thought that was the dumbest shit I've ever fucking heard. I would like to voice act. That would be a strong privilege to me. And for him to say that, I cannot fathom. Not only does it harm, if I wanted to voice act, I would never say what he just said, because not only do I lose opportunities because now I could only play black characters, it also doesn't make sense. If I want to hire a black person voice acting a white person, I can. If I want to have a white person voice acting a black person, I can. Why would you take away that opportunity, that option away from people that are making, you know, certain, you know, media?
Turned away most of the
or certain
potential audience, which, yeah, I mean, this is an absolutely massive controversy now, and I really don't think that this is going to go particularly well for this series. I think that it's probably going to be dead on arrival at this point, but I had just commented on his post, rules for thee, but not for me, and I got blocked, and that's when I realized tons of people were getting blocked.
You're a grown-ass man. Twitter is not a real place. Twitter is not a real place. You're a grown-ass man. Suck it the fuck up. You're well known, so a lot of people are gonna know you. A lot of people are gonna know you. Suck it the fuck up. He's extra woke, so I don't know why didn't he just stick to his beliefs. That's exactly what I mean. See, people are okay with people that they disagree with, as long as you stick to your guns. The thing that people really despise are flip-floppers. I hate flip-floppers. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? A perfect flip-flopper is like, oh, the LGBT is, you know, live, laugh, love. You know, we're all live, laugh, love. We respect other people, even though we have disagreements. And then these motherfuckers just come out and fucking start burning Teslas. And I'm like, the fuck is this about? The hell is this? A cause and a ruckus at a Christmas, not a Christmas, but a Christian concert, a Christian event. And then all these LGBTers are just all like, live, laugh, love, you know, let people do what they want, you know, my body, my choice. And then they go over to a Christian concert, and then they fucking start playing the kazoo. And I'm just like, yo, if you're going to be live, laugh, love, and, you know, you can be whatever you want, and you know, do all this sort of freedom fighting, then stick to what you're saying. Don't say, you see what I mean? Basically what ProZD is doing, where either two things. One, ProZD, you stick to what you said and you keep your head up. You don't take any other roles except the Asian roles. It doesn't matter which kind of Asian, just the Asian roles. As a matter of fact, if you want to one-up it, take all the Asian fat roles. That's right. All the Asian fat characters, you will take only those roles because this is the reality that you set for. Or you can have a conversation with people and be like, you know what? Maybe what I said was wrong. Maybe I had it wrong. Can somebody please enlighten me? And maybe anybody can just play anybody, depending on whoever the creator or the entertainer is. You know, maybe we should be more wide open and, you know, try other roles if you would like. It's like, maybe I was wrong what I said like a couple of years ago. Those are the two options. Don't just come out and be like, let me block everybody on the internet, because I think that's fucking retarded. I think that you're gonna put yourself protected. You're gonna give yourself a blue check mark, and then if I remember correctly, he's also saying that he's gonna move away from Twitter, and he's like, I'm done with Twitter. That's what she's gonna say it here in a minute, but I wanna when she mentions it, I wanna say something.
He was going on this spree, trying to silence anybody with any opinion he didn't like, and then he turned and ran. He made a statement, and now he's saying, well, I'm leaving social media because you guys are being far too toxic. So it says, hey
Always
y'all, this
is.
will be my last tweet on this platform. I will no longer be using Twitter after this, which, by the way, just goes to show his opinion on this platform and, of course, inevitably on the
He's not gonna leave. Okay. He's not gonna leave Twitter, okay? He'll be back later. You don't just put your fucking... You don't... You got the blue check mark. You put your profile as in protected. You start blocking people. You know exactly what you're doing. Chat, do you know what he's doing? Basically what he's doing is he's going to come back 2 months later when the dust has settled, and then people that disagreed with him totally forgot what he was talking about. He'll come back later. He's just laying the groundwork for when he comes back later and things chilled out, that he's going to come back to Twitter and be like, oh yeah, you guys forgot about that? No, nigga. We're not going to forget about it in 2 months. We're not going to forget it in 6 months. We're not going to forget it what you said at all.
current state of politics, because typically when people intentionally call X Twitter, it's because they don't want to acknowledge it as X. They don't want to acknowledge Elon Musk's ownership.
It doesn't matter. You got a blue check mark. You're giving Elon Musk money. Shut the fuck up. Listen, when you suck my dick, do not give me that face, because you chose to suck my dick. You see what I'm saying? You chose to suck my dick. Okay? You chose. This is not a me putting a gun to your head. You chose to be on X. And then you chose to pay monthly for a blue check mark. So I don't want to hear anybody saying like, well, I don't want to call it that because of Elon Musk. You're Elon Musk's bitch now. Until you get rid of Twitter completely. Okay? Don't do this. Don't do this. Even if you steer, even if you want to be a complete adult, like level into adulthood, because maybe not everything is about Elon Musk or Trump. Maybe, I don't know, just believe that you're an adult and just move on. The Elon Musk and Trump are people too. Stop. I don't think he's doing this. But there's a possibility that he's just like, well, I don't want to call it that because it's, you know, I don't want to call it X because I don't like Elon Musk. It's like, miss me with that bullshit. You're a grown-ass man. Stop saying weird shit like, I don't like that guy. But you're going to be on here giving him money. Okay, just stop.
They typically disagree with his stance on politics. Sure, we all still call them tweets or Twitter by accident, but he very intentionally is calling it Twitter here and saying it's an awful place. If you look at the replies on my latest announcement tweet, you'll see a lot of comments like this. This has been going on for years now, and while the normal procedure has been to block and move on, I truly don't think Twitter is worth it anymore.
Wait. Go back to what you just said. Did you say it's been going on for years now? So let me get this straight. The online hate, which is literally nothing. The online, because you're a man, suck it the fuck up. Okay? Yeah, you have 4 million subscribers on YouTube. You got to realize that there are going to be people that disagree with you. If you were a man, you would realize this. If you were even a person, you would realize this. That the world doesn't fucking revolve around you. So when you say something like, yeah, Twitter's been bad for years now, that means you're a masochist bitch. Okay? Okay? Some of us who know that Twitter can be kind of bad, but it can also be kind of a good place, and there's also some freedom of speech along with Twitter, know that and they also know that Twitter is not a real place, that they can get off Twitter and then move about their real life. That's what most people do on a regular, without even thinking it. They know that Twitter's not fucking real. But you, ProZD, who's got 4 million subscribers, I get that you get a lot of people that hate you, but you get a lot of people that like you, and you gotta realize that you gotta even that shit out and be like, you know what? Just people will be people. It is what it is. I'll just move on. Me blocking everybody's not really gonna do anything. It's just gonna make me look stupid. You see how normal this sounds? Who wants to block everybody that dislikes you or says mean things on the internet? That sounds fucking exhausting. That's like if you have pet ants and you have a whole bunch of ants in the container, but you see some bad ants, you're trying to pick out the bad ants. They're like, oh man, these ants are causing a problem in my ant farm in my room. Let me get them out. That sounds fucking exhausting. He's like, oh, I need to get that one. I need to get this one. There's like 100 ants, but I need to find the bad ones. This sounds fucking exhausting. It almost sounds like he's a fucking masochist. It's like, oh man, Twitter's been bad for years. Then why the fuck haven't you left? If it was so bad. Maybe it's because you find opportunity with Twitter. I don't know.
You are somebody who has millions upon millions of followers, and your first response truly is to block. Why not just shut off your phone or not look at social media? It's like he had blocked me. He had blocked so many individuals commenting at him. His block list must be full at this point. In the past, I have expressed that I think diversity in casting is important. It's a complicated topic, but at the end of the day, I still...
Wait. So you're still saying it? So you're still saying it even now? You haven't changed your stance on anything. Diversity in casting is important. What do you mean? Tell me, what do you mean? Diversity in casting. And then we see what he said before, where he's just like, oh, the black people should play the black characters, the white people should voice act the white characters, and the Asian characters should play the Asian characters. And then in 2025, right now, you're saying, oh, I would like to play not only... By the way, if you just watch a little bit previously, he got a position to play one of the Asian characters, and then he said he would like to play more additional characters. This motherfucker thinks he's so fucking entitled that he can voice act multiple characters for that set of entertainment. He's like, oh, I'll play this Asian character, but I can play more if you let me. And I'm like, nigga, who the fuck do you think you are? You're gonna play this? If I was able to voice act in a video game, I would be ecstatic just to play one character. But you're over here fucking... You're being exactly who your body is. You're being fat. You're getting fat. Oh, I want to play this character, but I would also like to play the white characters. And they tell you no. And then you get up online and then you bitch about it. Go fuck yourself.
Stand by this.
Glutton
I
ass
think that it's important for all voice actors to be given equal opportunity, but that's not what he argued for in the past. If we want
to talk about equal opportunity, why did you want to play multiple characters? Why did you want to play multiple characters in that set of entertainment? We're talking about equal opportunity, right? Well, I think every person should play at least one or maybe two characters. I mean, in Simpsons, there's a certain person that voice acts multiple characters. So that sort of thing is normal. But here's the thing. Here's the kicker. When it comes to voice acting, you voice act one character and then you ask. You say like, hey, do you need help with any other characters? You don't say like, I'll play the other characters. You see the difference? It's like, hey, I'll play this Asian character, but if you would like, I can play other characters if you would like. It's like, no, we're good for you to play just this one character to keep the authenticity. Okay, that's cool. But not for this guy. Not for this guy. He said, let me play this Asian character, I'll do it. but I can play those over there and those over there. No, he's saying everyone but white people shouldn't be restricted by skin. You are absolutely correct, Big Large. You are absolutely correct. Because we're not pointing at the black characters in entertainment. We're pointing at all the white characters. That's what he wants. Because, like he said before, there's not enough Asian characters, and he feels like he's missing out on opportunities. So he would like to play the white characters because, I mean, white people, you know? You know what I mean? It's like default, you know? You're absolutely right.
Truly sitting here and talking about how anybody should be able to audition for any role in terms of voice acting, I would say, okay, that's fine. I'm truly not bothered when somebody who doesn't look the part is voicing a certain part if their voice fits that character. If their accent or the tone of their voice fits that character. It doesn't bother me at all whatsoever, but it previously had bothered him. This was not the stance that he had. He had
Genshiken says, then you have English voice-over actors who do Japanese anime characters. That happens a lot, actually. Especially with, like, Hoyoverse, or even, like, gacha games. There's a lot of stuff like that, and that's fine. People like that sort of English voice with a lot of anime, and that's fine. They sound great. You see what I mean? They sound great. But when you come out and say like, oh, I should do these characters, he's like, I know they're white, but I should be able to do these characters. No, you don't fucking deserve that. He's like, relax your privilege.
Argued that it needed to be authentic casting, meaning you had to look the way your character did. But now that he is, of course, big in the industry, he feels like he's untouchable. So
he's big in the industry already.
Roles as, you know, characters that he really is not.
He ain't gonna play any characters in Marvel Rivals.
He says that he thinks that there's been positive change on that front. A lot of bad faith arguers have tried to think this is me saying I've never said this. He could have just reclarified his stance on social media and made another post, because yes, ultimately over years and years people's opinions are going to change, and I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt that maybe his stance changed a little bit and he's willing to clarify and like have a conversation with people. But instead he posts that he's got this role, he blocks anybody that's criticizing him, he makes a meltdown post saying he's leaving the platform, and then he locks down and protects his ex account.
You're coming back. You're coming back. Why would you protect your account if you're done with X? That seems like a little bit of extra work. You're like, you know who you are? You're just like Pirate Software, ProZD. You're just like Pirate Software. It's like, oh man, all these people are fucking hyped up on social media. Why is it that every person that's saying like, oh, you guys are hyped up on social media, you guys are always on your phones, why is it always those motherfuckers that are the ones hyped up on social media? Every single time. The stuff that I say on Twitter, I don't give a fuck. I don't care what I said. I don't care. I'm not gonna block you. I'm not gonna do... Now, if there's somebody that's doing something nefarious, like trying to dox people or something like that, or actually trying to cause real harm, please don't do that. I don't stand for that shit. I would block you. Everything else is like, oh man, well, I think ProZD is a doo-doo head. And then you block the person that calls you a doo-doo head. Stop. Stop. It's too... You need to realize not to use so much energy on social media. It will exhaust you the fuck out. Do not care. Let's continue. His custom character is a vending machine, get it? Because he just stuffs himself with food. I like that one. That was good.
because he's facing so much backlash. That is just a PR nightmare. You would think that somebody that is this big on social media would do a little bit better. He said, I have been reluctant to address this for years because I know a lot of people will not listen to reason no matter what I say, and I have not wanted to.
I have been reluctant to address this for years because I know a lot of these people will not listen to reason no matter what I say. If you have something to say, then just say it. Quit being a fucking bitch. Just say it. Just say it. I would like this when it comes to voice acting. I would like this when it comes to entertainment. Just say it. What? See, I cannot stand people that only want to say something when everybody agrees with them. I cannot stand that shit. I like it when somebody says, I have an idea, but you're probably not gonna like it. And I'm gonna be like, all right, go ahead and tell us. Well, I don't think anybody's gonna like it. Then why the fuck did you mention it? Why the fuck even bother? Why the fuck say it later? Why mention it? Why don't you just put your chest up and then just say what you gotta say, and then maybe we can all move on. And then somebody will be like, oh, I agree with you, or oh, I disagree with you, and then we can have some sort of debate and a conversation about it. Because you're over here trying to, like, you're trying to do these, you know what, this is a perfect example of somebody trying to put a filing cabinet inside of social media. You cannot file cabinet your own social media account. There are going to be people that agree with you, disagree with you, hate you, and like you. And you need to suck that shit up and then just realize, maybe I should just say it and see how it goes. And then you can have a conversation there. Okay? It's like, oh man, I'll only say it if everybody agrees with me and nobody says anything negative at all. God damn it.
Add to the ongoing drama, Twitter especially is a cesspool for hatred, and it's been awful.
Not a cesspool for hatred. It's a well, people will hate you, like I said, and then there's people that hate you, and there's people that like you, and then there's people that are indifferent. They don't really care about you. You gotta realize that not the world doesn't fucking revolve around you. Okay? You got this whole like, oh man, hate. No, nigga. You need to worry about the people that don't care about you. And even that doesn't even fucking matter. Like I said, you need to just say what you gotta say and stop doing this over-analyst sort of bullshit with social media and just say what you gotta say.
All these past...
I need everybody to agree with me. I need no nasty people. I need no negative feedback. I want everybody to agree with me, and I want everything I want. Me. This is why, bro. What Genjiken said.
Few years now, he is saying that a lot of people won't listen to reason and won't listen to his opinion, but he's not offering it up again. He's not actually trying to have a moment of genuine conversation.
See what I said?
And offer clarification. See? That's not what he's doing. So he's sitting here saying, of course, poor me, I'm a victim, everybody online is being so mean and so rude to me, when really he's the problem here. He could have clarified his stance again.
How do you block Legacy Killa? How do you block Legacy Killa? Legacy Killa is a nice dude. What the fuck? Yeah, what Genjiken said. An opinion on the net is just a blip. No one cares. They will have that conversation for literally an hour, and then they'll you want to know how quick that I know that it's all a blip with any conversation you have on social media? We knew that conversations on the internet was just a blip back in our Call of Duty Modern Warfare days. we'll have a spatting match with a person that's on your team, and he said the N word, and then you said the C word, and then you guys are yelling at each other, and then there's this one girl that's just saying, guys, please stop, and then we say, shut up, bitch, go back in the kitchen, and then the game ends, and then we just play another match. That's when I knew that none of that conversation really fucking mattered. It didn't matter. None of that sort of the conversation. It doesn't matter. It is not. You need to stop making every conversation on the internet some sort of political sort of like, oh man, since we're having a conversation and a thread about this is the most important thing in my life right now. When in that reality, nigga, you gotta pay bills, you got kids to take care of, you have an inspection sticker to get right, you need to do that shit. He's like, get back in the real world, come on now.
Could have been much nicer, I guess, about it ultimately. And
yeah, I miss it too.
People probably would have given him the benefit of the doubt, like, okay, well, maybe this wasn't his original opinion, but it's a solid opinion now. But he's not actually doing that, and of course, he deserves all of the backlash that he's getting because he's not clarifying. He's not trying to have a conversation with anybody that has a different opinion or is questioning his stance. And well, as you can see from all of the posts that I've shown, they're all getting negatively ratioed. He doesn't have a lot of supporters online, that's for sure. This is just my one thread. LOL, he's blocking everyone. What a meltdown. 700,000 views, which is crazy. And there are tons of people saying things like Womp Womp didn't follow what he preached and is now running with repentance. I don't know, he has a point. Only Japanese people should voice anime characters. The entire US dubbing industry should be shut down. Now, technically, right, most anime characters are not even supposed to be Japanese. There are a lot of anime and manga artists out there who have said, nah, I didn't really imagine them a certain way. I just kind of came up with this art style and I'm following this art style
yeah,
and I
that's
like
true.
it. But, you know, I
Here's a good one. There's a lot of anime where some anime touches on characters, like perfect example, Vinland Saga. Vinland Saga is taking place in, I believe, Denmark or Norway. You know, it's focused on the Vikings and farmers. All the characters are played by Japanese people because it was made in Japan. Well, we're supposed to find all the Viking Japanese people? I need some Norwegian Japanese people. Does this sound ridiculous? Yes, it does sound ridiculous. What about Berserk? That doesn't take place in any sort of area, but it does have a sort of Anglo-Saxon sort of not Middle Eastern, but sort of a European sort of stance when it comes to Berserk. Well, it's the whole cast is played by Japanese people. Should we have gotten white Japanese people? No, because none of it matters. It doesn't matter who you are. What matters is if you can play the part.
I think we can all agree that if we were truly going for accurate or authentic casting, most anime characters, would end up just being Japanese. Dude is a classic hypocrite. Racism for thee, but not for me. Laughing my ass off. What happened? Guy can't take responsibility for the damage he himself inflicted on the industry. Always be very careful about what you are advocating for, because ultimately, one day, it can affect you too. And as we saw back in 2023, he was starting to already face the repercussions from his actions. He was unhappy reaping what he sowed. He was complaining that the industry was segregating roles by race. And ultimately, I didn't feel too bad. He was truly getting what he deserved. So it will be interesting to see if over the next couple of days, if he makes another statement. It wouldn't even surprise me if he like made a YouTube video and was like, oh, you guys are all being so mean to me. And I'm going to try to clarify my stance, and it's going to be like the worst apology / addressing video
/ not apology. Basically, this all stems from what he said before, where he said this. Where is it? Where he said, he says to cast authentically means to hire actors who resemble or relate to the characters they are playing. That's all this stems for. He had a conversation. It's like, listen, if anybody that resembles you like this, I'm not watching it. I'm sorry. I don't want to see a character that's just fat, and one of his fat and barely can see through his eyes. Okay, I don't want to play a game with that. You said resemble. Did you know that you played a rat? You know you played a fucking squirrel or a rat in fucking God of War Ragnarok that chases nuts? That is that the resemblance? No, but you took that job. That was not a resemblance of you, but you took that Ratatasker job. Why? Because you wanted to get paid. Capitalist wins all the time. Maybe he should have started off with the capitalist option and said, you know what? I would like to play any part. And then nobody would bat an eye. Nobody would bat an eye if he said, oh man, I'd like to play many parts. You mean it doesn't have to be Asian, I can be white, black. It's like, I would like to play any parts. Like it naturally should be. Because now he knows that it's like, oh, I could get these positions, you know, I can get a job regardless of the character. Because I'm voice acting. But no, he fucked himself. Anyway, this is another hard rant with Vera Dark. Let me go ahead and share this with you guys if you would like to watch this yourself. Very, very, well, you reap what you sow.